10 places on Earth with recurring unsolved mysteries. Hello and welcome back to another video. There are strange puzzles and happenings in every corner of the planet. With the greatest minds and scientific tools that the 21st century has to offer, we've gotten to the bottom of many of them. But there are many that still elude us. In this video, let's take a look at some of the most interesting and mind-boggling unsolved mysteries that continue to happen again and again. The Eternal Flame in New York. New York is rather an unusual place for such an incredible natural phenomenon, home to one of the most curious unsolved mysteries. Fire and water may be opposing elements, but here, these two forces create a magical spectacle. The Eternal Flame nested in Chestnut Ridge Park is one of a kind. There's a small grotto concealed behind a 35-foot waterfall that contains a burning flame. Initially, scientists believed that the high temperature emanating off the rock produces natural gas that keeps the flame alive. Yet they have found that it isn't really hot enough to cause such a gas pocket. So what exactly is going on here? Well, no one actually knows. And as it turns out, the Eternal Flame is occasionally extinguished by the gust of wind. Yet hikers passing by relight the flame to ensure that it continues to burn on. Kruk Forest, Poland. Next, we travel to Poland, where in the town of Gryfino, you'll find a remarkable grove of 400 very strange pine trees amidst the greater forest. Each tree has a distinct curve at the base of the trunk. The trees were planted around 1930s, yet the mystery of how a small group of them came to be so distorted is still unknown. Some says it's due to a special gravitational pull, but this doesn't explain why the tree curves sideways since gravity pulls things downward. Other theories include snowfall or even UFOs. However, till now there isn't any scientific explanation. Humming in Taos, New Mexico. Imagine hearing a relentless, low-frequency hum that you aren't able to switch off or get away from. That's the reality of about 2% of the residents who describe hearing a sound similar to an idling diesel engine in a small town of Taos. The hum began being reported in the early 1990s. Those affected by the sound complained that it was interfering with their daily lives, including their sleeping patterns. Research has been conducted in the area using sensitive equipment that measures sound vibrations to determine the source of the persisting sound. The findings were inconclusive, but revealed that there wasn't a single identifiable hum, but different tones and sounds that even seemed to fade or increase depending on where you stand. While many are skeptical about the source of the sound, there are a variety of speculations ranging from the mundane to the fantastic, including rumors of paranormal activity, government mind control, and underground extraterrestrial activity. Strange lights of Hessdalen, Norway. For at least a century, people have witnessed unusual balls of light flying around the Norwegian countryside. Even stranger is that the lights appear to change in size and move randomly before fading away. Sometimes the lights have been as big as cars. Residents of Hessdalen have observed the light again and again. This has prompted the interest of scientists, UFO enthusiasts, and skeptics from around the world. The Hessdalen light are seen about 20 times a year, making it quite common for the phenomenon to be captured on film. Elves in Iceland. More than half of Iceland's populations ardently believes in the elves, or hidden people living in the volcanic rocks found in the countrysides. Some islanders claim to see and converse with the families of hidden people. Others just acknowledge their existence. It's believed that they occupy an invisible world within our own, so not everyone is able to see them. It isn't only elves that populate the area, but many believe that the trolls and dwarves have been scared off by human activity. Locals have even defended known elf homes and special places from proposed construction sites. Building projects, including a highway in Reykjavik, have been put on hold or moved so as not to disturb the elf community residing there. Whether folklore or truth is not known, but the way Islander believes in elves, there might be some truth. Marfa Lights in Texas. The small, unassuming town of Marfa is home to a local phenomenon that has captivated residents and tourists for more than 100 years. Called by many names, the unusual and downright baffling orbs of lights that appears every night seems to have no point of origin and remains a mystery today. The Marfa Lights can be seen at nighttime jumping and dancing and merging into one another near US Route 67 on Mitchell Flat east of Marfa. They are described as being roughly the size of basketballs and of varying colors. Speculations vary from UFOs to paranoia activity to even military projects, but the truth behind the lights seems to have a geological explanations, whichever has not yet been found. UFO sightings in Chile. One of the countries that has had a history of UFO sighting is Chile. It's believed that Chile's history of UFO sightings date back pre-Columbian civilizations. This being supported by the thousands of geoglyphs found in the Atacama Desert. Some believe that these inscriptions are some of the first records of alien encounters. In 2014, a helicopter pilot captured a video of a suspected UFO that the military was tracking. To this day, no one can confirm or deny the strange hovering object is proof of aliens. But this was the first time an unidentified object was caught on a high-quality video. The most common locations for UFO and alien sightings in Chile are found in the town of San Clemente, Cajon del Maipo, and Enladrilado, Nazca Line in Peru. Everyone watching this video knows about the Nazca Line in Peru, and while they may not be recurring, they still arouse our curiosity. The shallow engravings on the surface of the Peru desert depict various shapes, including 70 identifiable animals and plants. These images can only be seen properly from above. The lines are massive, some measuring over a kilometer. It is believed they were created by humans between 500 BC and 580. But how they were able to create such impressive design? Even more interesting is what the purpose of these lines is. The geoglyphs have been thought to be part of extensive rituals related to astronomical events or possibly water irrigations. It's even suggested that the Nazca lines somehow relate to various ancient structures all over the world, like some sort of giant map. Tsunami Ghost of Tohoku, Japan. The 2011 tsunami in Japan is one of the most destructive natural events in recent history. In the years since the tsunami, strange sightings of wandering spirits were becoming more and more common. Taxi drivers ran meters for ghost passengers who simply vanished before arriving at their destinations, leaving the driver to pay the fare. There are reports of people being possessed by some of the lost souls, events that are corroborated by a local Buddhist monk who has had to perform exorcisms. Most stories revolve around these spirits asking for directions or wanting to go home. One woman tells the stories of how she had to explain to a group of people all soaking wet that they had died. Bermuda Triangle. Another popular mysterious location you may have heard about, the Bermuda Triangle still baffles us to this day. The Bermuda Triangle, or the Devil's Triangles, covers around 500,000 square miles of oceans between Miami in Florida, San Juan in Puerto Rico, and the islands of Bermuda. Scientists have sought a logical explanations for centuries. While some agree on the combinations of various weather anomalies and conditions as the cause of the mysterious happenings, others cannot accept anything less than supernatural activity. Spanning a history of hundreds of years, the site has been attributed to the disappearance of 75 aircraft, more than 100 ships, and thousands of human lives. Compasses spin out of control, and there are even rumors of alien abduction. The Bermuda Triangle legend begins in 1492 when Christopher Columbus reportedly saw an unknown light falling into the sea during his first voyage, shortly before landing in Guanahani. There is still no single theory that proves the exact scientific reasons behind this mystery, and accidents continue to happen in the regions every year. The most recent being a boat carrying 20 passengers that disappeared on December 28, 2020. That brings us to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.